Hey parents, I'm using a new system for videoing, so sorry if this is weird or different, but I wanted to do a quick video on how we have been teaching the kids how to divide. It's one of the standards that gives parents a hard time because we do not teach division the way we were taught. They'll learn more of the standard algorithm when they are in 6th grade. So I wanted to pop on and just show you what we call partial quotients. It avoids really the shortcut way of teaching division, and it lets them really see the why behind standard algorithm. The last thing that we want to do is just give them the shortcut and not really teach them why it works. And so that's the 5th grade responsibility for division. So we have taught the kids a partial quotients method. If you Pinterest or Google it, it's all over the place. So it really pulls out the place value piece of division and how multiplication and division are related. So, when we were younger, we would have said, all right, how many times does 62 go into 145? So we're not really doing that anymore because it's really not how many times does 62 go into 145. We're saying how many times does 62 go into 1,450. So, and the kids don't really understand that. So this takes place of that. So 4th grade, they did a little bit of this, and they might have called it the Big 7 because they make this Big 7. But the way we have taught them is to go to the side, and we're going to make like a little bank of multiplication facts that we can pull from. And I call them easy breezy facts because these are facts that the kids are going to know off the top of their head, or if they don't, they can just quickly go to the side and multiply them. That's one of the biggest things with kids is if they don't know their facts, it's very difficult for them to divide, and they're going to the side and multiplying out way too much, and they're losing track. So this avoids that using powers of 10. The kids have been taught what that means, and so what we're going to do is we're going to take our divisor, 62, and we're going to multiply it by our 1 facts, our 2s, and our 5s. Because those are easy breezy. I say like, oh, it gives me an easy breezy feeling because all kids know they're 1s, 2s, and 5s. So we take 1 times 62, and of course we know that that is 62. And then we add a power of 10. So we multiply this factor by 10, and we get 10 times 62. And if my factor becomes 10 times larger, so does my product. And I could keep going with 100 times 62, which would be 6,200, but the kids know that we don't need that because that's way too high. So we go on to our 2s. We do 2 times 62. And if they don't know what 2 times 62 is, I encourage them to go to the side and multiply just real quick because we definitely don't want to guess here. So we've got 124. Okay, and then if I do that, if I make the 2 10 times larger, it becomes 20 times 62, which is 1,240. And the kids see that there's the patterns and the amount of zeros. That's a 5th grade standard that we taught them a couple weeks ago. And of course, I do not need to go to 200 times 62. So I've done my 2s, and now I can go to my 5s. 5 times 62. Of course, if they didn't know, they would go to the side and multiply, which is 310. And I do not need to go to 50 because that would give me a number in the 3,000s, and I really only need around 1,400. So once all of that work is done, and this is the bulk of the work, once that's done, then I can start using my facts to multiply or to divide out. So, of course, my goal is to get to 1,452 as fast as I can, and that gives me right here. So if I have 20 groups of 62, so I put my partial quotients over here, 20 groups of 62 gives me 1,240 that I can go ahead and take out. And this is where it becomes a little bit like standard algorithm-ish. And so now my goal is to get to 212. I have 212 remaining. So that would be a group of 2. Two groups of 62 gives me the 124 that I can subtract out. So of course I'm going to have to regroup, which is a struggle for some kids, but we're working through it. So I can't do that. So I take from here and I give, and that's going to give me 8. And then again, I can't do it again, so I'm going to take and give. And so I have 88 left, which is a group of 1. If I have one group of 62, I have 62. And I'm going to subtract, and I have 26 left. And of course, just like standard algorithm, I know that I'm done when I can't make another group of 62. So now I add up my partial quotients. That would be 23, and I have a remainder of 26. And of course, we've taught the kids that we definitely need to check this with multiplication. I would do 62 times 23, and then add in to the product that remainder of 26, and I should get 1,452. So I hope this helps. The test is Thursday. Our multiplication standard, I'm not gonna bother doing a video because that's just regular how we were taught. This is just really the biggest difference in how we were taught in 4th and 5th grade and now. So I hope that helped. If you have any questions, let me know.